Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Don't mind the mess. I'm kind of cleaning up the shop and I have a couple new toys you haven't seen yet. But I wanted to make a little video talking about why sometimes on the 66, 06, 56, 86, and some other tractors, the red ones, you know, why you might not have steering or, you know, PTO, 3-point hydraulics, etc. Since we're here, an update video on the 1086. Nothing's really changed in a while. Still waiting for my buddy. Our jobs are pretty demanding certain times of the year, and it's getting to be not so much now, so I'm gonna be in the shop more. But here's where the engine couples to the rear end. And you have to get the power from the engine to the rear end, both live or independent, and also clutchable. Since we just happen to have a prop engine sitting in the shop for the last year or so, I can show you on here. So this is the flywheel, pressure plate, etc. on the back of an 86 series, which this is basically the same from a Super MTA on up to, I think, in the 3088 kind of tractors. I haven't had a 50 series apart or anything like that, but the 30 series is pretty similar to the 86 series. So is what you have here is your pressure plate. And these splines right here spin all the time. They never stop unless the engine stops. And then inside here you have the clutch disc. But this is how you get your power transferred to your PTO, your main hydraulic pump, your MCV hydraulic pump, etc. And I'll show you on another clip here, but these splines right here can shell out. These are pretty nice on here though, but they can chatter in there and they're dry and whatnot. They can get some rust on them. They can start eroding away. And if that happens, you lose everything. Now, when I talk about losing everything, I mean you won't have any steering, you won't have any brakes, and that is because right behind that cover, it's the first thing behind the engine basically. That's your MCV, and there's a pump on the back side. I've got a video about taking it apart up here you can check out on an 806. But that runs to an oil cooler in the front, and it runs your steering and your brakes. So if you lose just your steering and brakes, good chance it's something to do with behind that cover. If you lose everything, it's probably them splines. So now if you lose just your main hydraulics, but everything else seems to be working, it's behind that cover right there is your main hydraulic pump. And that controls your 3-point and your outlets in the back. Now, you can lose your hydraulics and whatnot back here and it not be that pump. There's some stuff that can happen in here, relief valves and whatnot, or if you have weak hydraulics back here and weak MCV, that could be filter issue or pickup. If you lose just your PTO, there is a pump in your PTO and there's clutch discs in there and whatnot. So, and there's a shaft that comes all the way back. It could be any one of those things. So here is some of the parts for PTO. This is a clutch basket. There will be clutch discs in there. And springs. But this is, there's a clutch pack. If your PTO doesn't quit turning, it's probably something to do with your brake, because this will contact the drum and make it quit turning. Or it could be other issues overpowering that. Heads up, guys, I'm going outside to show you where that clutch pressure plate ties into the rest of the tractor. And there's some foreign objects in my yard. Apparently I became like a Dodge owner pretty much overnight. They're all Cummins. I would show you on this rear end, 1086 rear end, but it's kind of hard for me to get down in there. It's going to be a little bit easier for me to show you on this here. This is a 560, but this is basically similar to what I'm going to show you. These two shafts right here, this one goes to the clutch and the transmission. You push in the pedal, this quits moving. You let out the pedal, it starts turning. This one here, that splines into the pressure plate. That one turns whenever the engine's running. So if all your stuff in the back quits working, this might have worn out, because these will get rust and etc. and beat themselves to death. And there is a shaft that goes to the back through all that. I got a video here showing about doing some work to that on the 806. There's the 86 series, hard to see with the snow. And there's where that other shaft goes in down there. In case it was hard to see before, that's the MCV. And the hydraulic pump, main hydraulic pump is in there. Well, hopefully that helps somebody out, kind of get a little bit of an understanding on how that system works. Thanks for watching. Join me next time. Till then, take care and God bless. You want to run them? Hey, what are you doing?